So this look is all about creating density on that outer corner without pulling the eye down. So if you put lashes, and this goes for strip lashes as well, too far on the outer corner, the longest part of the lash, it drags your eye down and you get like sad eye. I always try and keep those outer corners, maybe 4 or 5 lashes, really small, and then start from there, and that will pull it up rather than pulling it down. Mixing up 2 curls with this as well will create almost like a strip lash effect, and the curls will, like, if you put the D curl on top of the C curls, it will bounce back from the C curl. So, and that will create a thicker lash line and a thicker section to the flick, so you'll get more density there as well. So that's just like a little trick. So this is my most requested look. I'm always doing this, nearly every day I'm doing this look. So I'm sharing it with you. Sharing is caring. Please let me know how you get on with this look, because I had some feedback from the last one and it was really, 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 really lovely. I loved it. Thank you so much. So if you do try this look, send me your pictures. Let me know how you get on with it. I'd love to know. Right, so we're going to do the feline flick. So I'm going to do in pink the C curls and in blue the D curls, just so that you can see the difference between what I'm doing, because we're going to be mixing up 2 curls for this look. So I always start from the outer corner, and same rule as the last one. And this is really important that you really focus on this part, because if you take the lashes too close, too long and too far out here, if it's a decal, it's going to look like it's just floating off the end of the eye if they're too long. And if it's a C curl, they're going to droop the eye down and it's going to give you a sad eye. You know, when you put a strip lash on and it's too far over the outer corner, and it tends to pull your eye down. You've all seen this on a Friday night in town. So this is why we tend to keep this section free from anything too long, because we want to lift the eye and not drag the eye down. So for a feline flick, I always have this section, which could be like 4 or 5 lashes. In a C curl, again, the same thing, 2 millimeters shorter than the longest length I'm going to go. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to be the longest length as a 15, so I'm going to do this down as a 13, but I'm actually going to go as a 12 because you're going to have some really long ones here. So these are all going to be 12s. And then, so about here, because we want the flick to be coming out, if you put a decurl on this outer corner and only decurl, it's going to curl back towards the eyelid. You want this to be flicking out of the eyelid. So a C curl is where you want to be going, and we can do that as a 14. And you can have this section here, all 14s and 15s in a C curl. But in between this section, I'm going to put the occasional D curl in a 14 or a 15. So it doesn't have to be even. You just throw them in wherever the lash can take it. Throw your big guns in at your 5-6 Ds. So make these as much as you can 5-6 Ds, if the natural lash can take it. And this is where you're going to get that dense part So anything here, 14 to 15 millimeters, C's and D curls. Again, forget about your babies. They will be done at the end when you need to make that lash line denser. So then we're going to come to this next section. So make sure that this stays there. That doesn't go anywhere else because you need that part to be flicking up. Don't blend that anywhere else. So here we're going to take this down to a 13, C and D, and 12s, C and D. And you're literally just going to flick those D's in wherever you can put them. Flick them in there. And then your inner corner, we're going to keep all of this section as a C curl. So here you want, obviously, just do your normal map. So I'm going to go 9s, 10s, 11s, 12s. Now that creates that, which to me is really boring. So create this by all means, and maybe do that in a 4 to 5D. To really have this part as dense and black as you can, you want to create less density through here to make up for this part here. So once you've done this, you've done your 9s, 10s, 11s and 12s, and you look in the mirror and you flatlined your client, we want to start mixing it up a bit to get still that wispy effect coming through here. So here I might go 14, 13, because we're dropping 2 millimeters down, 2 to 3 millimeters down. We're going to see that. Again, we're dropping here 2 to 3 millimeters down. We're going to see that. So you're going to have a spike there, you're going to have a spike there. I mean, you could do that here. You could shove a 15 in there. So it's all about looking back into your mirror every sort of 10 minutes or so and seeing where we need to start creating more length, where it's getting a bit flat. Sometimes I will, depending on the lash that I isolate, just chuck the odd decurl in. And you'll start to see a 2D, a 3D effect coming about this on your side of the lash. And that creates like a strip lash effect. So recap quickly, this section here to here, 14s, 15s in your heaviest dimensions you can. The outer corner drops right down so we're not pulling the eye down. You're going to blend this section and this outer corner with your 13s and your 12s, again in a C and a D, in 5s and 6s as well if you can. And then fill this middle section in with your normal mapping, and then just break it up wherever you can. And then again, make those babies through here, 9s, 10s, whatever you can do just to thicken that lash line up. And you should, when they open their eye, have your nice flick. All these pictures that I've put up here have all been created using this technique. So I've either just added more wisps in, put less wisps in, made it curlier at the end, just mixed it up a bit, but they've all been used with this same technique. So I hope this has been really helpful to anybody. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe so that you're ready for the next video.